We can just start by feeling very, very welcome here in this moment. Maybe you take a deep breath and just feel the presence of you, the presence of spirit. There can be this feeling of wrongness here in this world. So if there is such a judgment, see if you can drop that too. Nothing has gone wrong. Nothing has happened but a dream. And everything is a witness. Everything is an image. So we can release all judgmental or fearful thoughts and images. Our mind is like a field. You can take a look at your field and check in what's there. And there is nothing outside of this field. It stretches to infinity. And it seems like we have individual perception. This is only what calls for forgiveness. Only this. So whatever you see, whatever you perceive in your field, can invite the light into it. Look at it with the light. The light will take care of it. And when we forgive the items in our field, we enter God's field. It's beyond perception. I'm open here to explore some themes. If anyone feels the need to lift something up, maybe something is in the way of you entering God's field. Mari.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. I have this morning something about making a mistake. I experienced last night and in this morning that I accidentally disturbed Daniel when he was meditating, and then I felt like really upset that I made this. Like I felt that this huge mistake, and I saw a dream of my father that he was really displeased with me or something, and then I have to leave him in this situation that he was not content, and it was my fault. I did something wrong. So I want to put this thing to the altar.
The belief that you can be a disturbance.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, the innocence you get when you start to accept innocence, you get really good at forgiving yourself. When you notice these kinds of things, you can learn to quickly forgive. And yeah, a bit like the song, "Oops, I made a mistake, but I'm beautiful." Like you see it because you're so willing to not make a mistake, and the spirit cannot make mistakes, which is your true identity. So it's only when you identify as Mari, the person, and identify Daniel as a person too, you believe you can disturb, but it's impossible in spirit. Yeah. But the belief manifests it, the belief will make things happen because that's the power of belief. The whole world is a mistaken belief. Like a consequence of a mistaken idea. So then we have all these mini versions of that all the time. So that what you just described is a mini version of the mistake of believing you're separate. So it's good. It comes up in relationships. When you interact with others, you see the parts of you that believe you are a person in separation. And it sounds like there is some hurt there, or something painful from how you experienced it with your dad. You felt wronged.
Yeah, I have a memory when I was like going to ask him something, to do something with me, and he was middle of his work and he got really upset with me. And then I felt so much, he did even like use this Finnish method, use this hit with the branch of the tree, birch, although I don't know the tree name. And then I felt so much shame that I was out of the house like many hours because I felt so much shame that I did this huge. Yeah, so I feel that this like activates. Yeah, so I want to give it to Jesus.
Yeah, maybe we go into that, like with Jesus. Can even, because that scenario that sounds painful, that he hit you with a branch and that made you go out and hide. So if that is still in your field, if that pain is still here, just take Jesus out on that walk when you left the house, when it was painful. Let Jesus' light walk with you, be with you through that pain. And you may even in your mind go back into your dad after this experience and in a way just reconnect or come back in your full innocence. Would you have known what was right or wrong when you were a little child in that situation? Probably not. You can, if you can visualize this, you can go in and maybe stand there in front of your father and see how that feels in you. Also see if you can see his innocence. He did his best. He didn't know better. And this is how we can breathe with it, be with all of it. There is no more threat. Instead, you can see the sweetness. You were innocent. You wanted to connect. You were spontaneous. Because when we have a belief, the dream figures will act it out. They will speak it. If you have this belief in wrongness, there will be a Daniel or a dad. No, you're wrong. No, you disturb me, because the belief was already there. But we can clear it. You're clearing it. That's beautiful. Yeah, because I know Daniel wants also full forgiveness. And so I believe he sees your innocence now. Yeah. So it's very healing. It's very healing that it came up. Yeah. It's like whatever area we have guilt in, it will play out. We see it, which is, you can say thanks to these images because it shows you whether it's still healing. But don't beat yourself up further. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good. Maybe a few of us were beaten by our dads in our childhood and we could relate. Did something wrong and got spanked or hit in some way. You know, these are some painful memories, perhaps. It's good to revisit with the light or with Jesus, whatever symbol resonates. Just wash. If there's any more pain still there, just let it wash in the light. Anyone else would like to bring something up? Solveig.
My heart is really beating, and I could see that I wanted to hide. So yeah, it feels like I'm into looking at something around pride, actually, and I can and I've experienced many times here lately that I can see how much I want to avoid that feeling. So I often I think that's a huge ingredient in holding back. And it's something I think I've always had. There's a Danish expression about you put your light under something, like the
Bush,
woman show.
biblical expression.
Okay, it's biblical. I didn't know. Okay, and it just feels like that actually, and then I'm experiencing some some really deep joinings and just when I actually dare to open up for something, it just reflects in different ways, and I'm so grateful, and I'm also really scared in the same time. Somehow it brings up a lot of my anxiety, and I do know that's good. I do feel that it's good. It feels more and more like I really don't know what's going on, and I can't control it, and it just all somehow feels connected. Yeah, with this, I wasn't aware how much I really avoided feeling pride, and how much like these, even experiencing miracles can somehow, in my mind, go into this kind of pride thing. And that's something I judge very harshly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's a lot of old Christian conditioning in our mindset, in this Western mindset, or when we shouldn't shine our light, or the ego gets hard. You get hard on yourself if you have miracles or a lot of good things, good experiences. But that is the ego. You're so worthy of happiness, ongoing happiness. Yeah, I listened to something in the course this morning, and it was exactly about this, actually. It was about how it is, how it is, the ego judges it as bad, to be in God and be with God, but actually that is the only thing you're worthy of. And it was from the ego body illusion. This is good. All things work together for good. There are no exceptions, except in the ego's judgment. The ego exerts maximal vigilance about what it permits into awareness, and this is not the way a balanced mind holds together.
Yeah. So beautiful. And it's just like, I'm just so amazed, like everything I need is just suddenly there. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't need to go and look for it. It's just served. Yeah. Yeah. Just allowing. Everything I've been avoiding. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you see the ego's reactions or pride, or, it's like the same as with a mistake. Like, okay, you see it. Okay, but you see it's not real or true, or, you can see it and pass it by, Even these feelings of pride or taking something personally, like that you as a person is the miracle worker, just to watch it, observe it, and pass it by, Of course, it's your mind, and it's very powerful, and it's one with God's, that's, you can be very grateful and empowered by that. It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't have to play small.
No, exactly. This littleness, it's actually a way of escaping. It's, I see, it's a defense against the light, actually. Yeah. Don't want to play that anymore. Thank you. It's good to share. I can see how this is connected with the holding back.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah, and just seeing the shift of not seeing the whole world as a very this fear, intense fear, had seen that I've had, like the world and everyone in it is a very scary place, like actually.
Yeah, I mean, this whole world was made as a hiding place. It was made as a hiding place for the Son of God, for an aspect of the mind that suddenly thinks it is a person and that it needs a hiding place, a crazy split of place where everything is distorted, disconnected, separated.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. But then it's, this is the repurposing of the world is what needs to happen. So that's when you start to have all these beautiful things being presented, holy encounters, things being given. You didn't effort, and that's beautiful because you're surrendering, and then it comes to you.
Yeah, like something have been really like an aha for me, like this. If I'm actually hiding something and judging it as wrong, then I'm actually making it impossible to heal. It's like I'm saying, no, spirit, don't come in here.
Yeah, it's a good description of it, because then you have kept it in a corner of your mind. You don't let the light in there. You keep it. Yeah.
Because I judge it as so terrible. Yeah. Even my emotions. Yeah.
That's good insights.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. We can have such care for all the parts of us that are, that are coming from the ego, that want to be cut off. Instead, with care, see it, let the light in. Yeah. Because these are the parts that make us separated and stuck in a persona. And we can spend all our time, bringing to the light whatever is not real, whatever is not true. Because if it's not brought to the light, it will rule, it will run our experience. Well, I feel like this satsang is about getting the ego out of the hiding place by taking a look. Yeah. Yeah. So just to share just a little further from your sharing, Solveig. This is what came through this morning. A major source of the ego's off-balanced state is its lack of discrimination between the body and the thoughts of God. The ego's lack of discrimination between the body and the thoughts of God. Thoughts of God are unacceptable to the ego because they clearly point to the non-existence of the ego itself. The ego therefore either distorts them or refuses to accept them. This is good to know. This is good to keep in mind. The ego refuses to accept thoughts of God, or it distorts them. It cannot, however, make them cease to be. It therefore tries to conceal not only unacceptable body impulses, but also the thoughts of God, because both are threatening to it. Being concerned primarily with its own preservation in the face of threat, the ego perceives them as the same. By perceiving them as the same, the ego attempts to save itself from being swept away, as it would surely be in the presence of knowledge. Any thought system that confuses God and the body must be insane. Yet this confusion is essential to the ego, which judges only in terms of threat or non-threat to itself. So this ego, the ego is unreal itself, but we need to be aware of what it seems to do in our mind when we give it power. When we give power to something unreal, it can make something seem real. It brings illusion, it brings separation. We can be vigilant against the ego and vigilant for God, only for God. Just keep it up in the mind. Keep watching the thoughts and releasing the unhelpful thoughts. The body's vulnerability is the ego's best argument that you cannot be of God. So then you do need to disidentify from thinking you're the body. And start to give the body over to spirit as a tool, a vehicle, as a miracle worker. Take it very lightly. Let it go where it's meant to go. Let it do what it is meant to do. But your mind, you're far beyond, far above your body. But let spirit use that body. Otherwise, there will be depression and sickness and sadness and separation in experience. Because it is the ego's chosen home, you know, the little I. It's what the ego is. So the grand I, the me, the self we share, that's where we need to actually train our mind to identify with our true self. Otherwise, the small self seems to rule in our experience. So the conscious practice until it's naturally an experience. But we need to be conscious of what the ego does and negate it. To not to choose it. So it's a lot about willingness. Because how can we know what Spirit's will is, what God's will is? We need it to be given. We need it to be shown. We cannot dictate what that is. Even that the ego wants to attempt to do. Ego wants to tell you what God's will is. And it's usually cruel. So even that, see that too and question, stay open to what the true God of the Spirit is about, you know. It's only about love. It's only about truth. It's only about extending reality. Depression and sadness cannot exist in the spirit. We just keep going, keep opening, keep seeing. If you can drop, allow it to drop. We're planning for a new retreat here in Cape Town in October. So it's October 10th to 14th for anyone who is here today or on YouTube. You're very welcome to our center for our retreat. So we can go deeper in this experience of choosing spirit. Maybe that's our title. We didn't put a title yet. It's choosing spirit. It's a good title. Yeah, and if anyone wants to donate for the sessions, it's paypal.me/ACIM love. Thank you. Thanks for being here today. Love you. See you soon. Beautiful day.